So, we were just given word that September 10th is the day. That's when 1.0 will be coming to Satisfactory. And it got me thinking. See, everybody builds different in Satisfactory. I build different. I build these giant grand scapes and whatnot. So I thought to myself, what would I love to see from Satisfactory? Not necessarily 1.0. I get that 1.0 is already made, it's already coming out, but what would I actually like to see in Satisfactory? And I come up with five amazing things that I would love to have in Satisfactory. So these are going to be in order of like the least ones I really care about to the number one thing I would love, absolutely love to see in Satisfactory. So I can build even more grander things. So without further ado, don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe while we go through these amazing different things. And let me know if you actually would like to see any of these in the game as well. I'm interested to see who agrees with me and who thinks I'm just nuts. For different reasons. Okay, for number 5, we're going to have to go to the hub. We lovely hub. Now, I'm going to start off really... This one's kind of, I think, niche, but could be really cool. Now, everybody knows that there is a map in the game. You press M, you go through there once you unlock it in Tier 1. But I would love to see, if we went inside the hub, if they utilized this wall right here to be an actual map. Now, granted, that doesn't seem very fancy, because if it's in Tier 1, and I go to here, I can always have the map on me, like a portable map. But I would love to see if we had a map over here that you can interact with and actually make, like, stuff on it. Hold on, let me go into Photoshop and show you a little bit better. Alright, so here we are. Nice little Photoshop. We could actually move this stuff around and whatnot. So here's my idea. Imagine if we had this map that was over here, okay? And you're in the hub and you're looking at the map. But imagine if you could edit the map and say... here, we'll do this. We'll put it in a new layer. And like, let's say I build over here. Imagine if I can interact with the map and I can see a aerial view of the map. Like, I can actually scroll in and I can see the map and I'm like, okay, and then I'm able to edit where I can make, say, my base, and my base takes up, like, say, this area over here, yada yada yada, and my base is like this. And then what I'm able to do is I'm able to get this area and then fill in this area with, say, a color. All right, there we go. Something like that. So imagine if I was able to look down, and I look down like an aerial view of a map. I can see exactly where I'm building, and then this will be my factory, and I'll have the name on there, and then I'm able to do other stuff like put lines in there. So like, for example, imagine... We're going to have to make this smaller. But imagine if I was to make, say... Go here, you're going here, then go here. And I can make lines on where my walkways or where my trains are. And then it actually shows, so like, let's say somebody joins in on my map, they can actually go into the hub and they can see where all the train networks are going, they can see where the hyper tubes are going, they can see where my main factories are, what I've named them, and basically a way to like showcase everything. That's not on the actual map in game, but would be on a map inside the hub as a more, I don't even know what to call it, like a utility map or something like that. So yeah, like if you're in game and you see this one, you can see where the nodes are and everything. That's like for building and whatnot. This is your portable map for building. And then you would come in here and you can see the utility map for, you know, what you've built out for your factories, what area you've had and stuff like that. And the great thing about this is, this map that would be on the wall would have no fog of war. So, you know, like you could look everywhere on there, but you can only see like a top-down version of it. Whereas this one, you know, you've only discovered so much of it. So you can only see so much of it. That's what I think would be really cool. Now, would it be easy to make? Oh, probably not. It'd be horrible. I can't even imagine. But I think that would be so cool to be able to have a utility that we can showcase for, people that join in, or if you're giving this map to somebody else, that kind of stuff. That would be really cool. All right, so for number four is kind of interesting. If I go into the build menu, I would like to see another one just for simple shapes. So if we go into foundations, you can see that this is a 4. It's 8 meters by 4 meters. So basically, if I go to build one out, we'll just put one right here. We'll put one on top. And it's 8 meters by 8 meters by 4 meters. So if we were to build another one, that should be 8 by 8 by 8. So a nice cube. My idea is, what if we had a cube like this, but we could change the size to be maybe 10 different sizes. So imagine you're building on a factory, all right, and you're building something interesting and you're trying to go, around or something silly like that or whatever. But you have all these little air gaps and whatnot. I think they should add in separate little shapes. So like a sphere, a square, triangle, all that kind of stuff. And my ADHD is like, what happens if I went around? Oh. Wait, that actually goes around perfectly? That's cool. But imagine I was filling out this space and everything, and I go to, put some of the stuff in here, and it's like, I really have all these air gaps, but I don't want to be a huge foundation. But even the half foundations are too much as well. What if I had a square that I could just change the different sizes to fill in some of these little air gaps? Some of these kind of things. It would help with customization. And as long as there were all the different textures that we have, concrete, metal, all that kind of stuff, they would fit in quite nicely. But if we had one for like a sphere, one for a all the different shapes, and utilize different sizes on it, it would be simple but effective, because we could find little ways of using them all across the map. And they don't have to be super expensive or anything, like one piece of concrete. But overall, I think that would be something that would make it really simple, but be really effective for so many different things. It would take building to the next level just adding in that. Okay, for number 3, I really like this idea. Okay, I really do. But when you go to build, it always hits like an invisible laser exactly what you're aiming at. So if I'm aiming at this ground, it'll hit it at the ground. I think there should be a second building type called hold. I want a building type that imagine if it holds it in front of me at a specific distance. Say I specifically want to put it somewhere, but I want it held 3 meters in front of me or something like that. And then what I would do is I can basically hold it up. Let's say I want to put it in this wall right here. I could put it at the ground, but imagine if I could just hold it right here, maybe even hold control or something. And then I can just build it into here, and I can just hold it till it's perfect. Because right now, we could snap to things, but no, I just want it to be holding at a certain height. It's hard to show because it's not actually in the game, but it would be nice for those really precise builds where you have really weird items. And this box actually kind of works perfectly for it. Or another one that'll actually help with it, if you go into organization, signs. Okay? Let's say I have this sign right here, okay? And now, they have a snap where I can snap to here, and I can snap to here, but there's no snap for this big area that's right here, because it'll snap on the other side. But imagine if I had it held, I could just try to build it right there. I think that would be really cool. It's also cool that I could snap right here and here, but whatever. Anyway, but imagine if I was building a sign, and I just want to put a sign up next to here, or something like that. Imagine I want it held this far away, and then I want it just a little bit inward. So if I was holding it, I could push it inward. It would be so cool. All right, on to number 2. The second most thing I would love in the game, and that would be more customization with signs. Yes, we can do a lot of things with signs, but I can't change the font. I can't change the size. Like, imagine if I went to go like choose this giant A1, and I just wanted to say cheer up, but I wish I could change the size of this font, like a little scroll wheel or something like that, so it fits in there perfectly. Because imagine I want the height, but, I want it to look, good. Or turning it sideways. Maybe, because I can turn the thing sideways. I mean, can I turn it sideways on there? No. Ooh, wall. That's going to help. Come here, little guy. So I can turn this sideways. Imagine if I could turn the writing sideways as well. That would be great. But other things, other ways of customization, what if I can import special little pictures that are on there as well? That would be really cool. Like, imagine if I can upload a picture or my own little logo or something like that onto the signs. Then I can make giant billboards around. Even imagine screenshots. Imagine I go for one of these big old boys, and I literally take a screenshot of something in the game and then put it on the board and then put another one like next to it or something crappy like that and be like, this is dangerous, stay away, or, warning, and have a screenshot like attached to it. That would be really cool and really great, because imagine all the different unique signs we can put around the map if we can just upload our own pictures or change signage or change any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would love that. Oh, I love all these. But number one, all right, we got to get ready for number one. And to do this, we got to go back into Photoshop, because I had to make something to visually see these, okay? A couple of these are really hard to visually interpret without a picture. So, what I think they should do is add in new textures. Yep. I would love to see a nice like wood texture, so we can utilize some of the wood, some of the grass, some of that kind of stuff around the map. I know they done some mods with it, but I would love if this was like a vanilla game, something that they really got into, like the engine and whatnot. Especially if they had one for like grass, because imagine, everybody knows they want a lizard doggo pen. But, I'm not going to make my lizard doggo step on frickin' concrete all day. That's so wrong. I wouldn't want to do that for my puppers. I'm not going to do it for the lizard doggo. But if we had a nice wood factory, imagine if we're building and it's like, oh, I have all this wood that I didn't turn into biomass, but I want to build a factory and I need to use all my other stuff for power. That's where the wood would come in. And then you could have stuff like this, which is... we could have like tile. We could have, what was I doing? Like a marble kind of effect. And like you could just utilize silica and limestone. And then another one would have been like brick, or having like a pool full of water. That right there, like those are like outside the box type of textures. Like if we had a water one, oh, that'd be so cool with the nice reflections of all that. That'd be great. Even if it didn't do the reflections. Even if it didn't, that would still be amazing. But like a brick one that could just be like limestone and coal or something. I don't know. But like utilizing some different textures, because let's face it, everybody builds differently. But now you're giving people the opportunity to build even more differently. You know what I mean? Alright, that's going to be it for me today. Those are the top 5 things I would love to see in Satisfactory. Now, granted, I have other ideas that I would love to see, and I can't wait for the story to come out on September 10th, but that doesn't mean that it's not already going to be in there. But these are the things I would love to see regardless of the other stuff. Now, I would love to hear from you guys on what you think are some of the ideal things that you would love to see in this game. Would you like the ones that I suggested? And, just want to hear from you guys, Other than that, that is going to be it for me today. You guys have a lovely one, and I will see you all in the next video. And trust me, we'll get back to modded pretty soon. Don't worry about that. Alright, peace out. Bye.